Now, with the race for coronavirus vaccine, as infection rates soar around the country, the World Health Organization reporting 17 possible vaccines are in clinical evaluation, with one already in wide-scale human trials. Eva Pilgrim joins us now with the latest on all that. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Robin. Scientists around the world are trying to find the vaccine, but experts warn it may not be a cure-all.
This morning, the race to find a coronavirus vaccine intensifying.
I'm cautiously optimistic that we will have one or maybe more candidates of vaccines that could be available and be effective by the end of the year, the beginning of 2021.
The nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, now saying he would settle for a COVID-19 vaccine that's 70 to 75% effective. But that level of protection, coupled with the fact that more than 1 in 4 Americans say they are unlikely to get a vaccine, according to a recent ABC News Washington Post poll, raising concern for Dr. Fauci, who fears that those current numbers could make it unlikely that the U.S. will reach a level of immunity to stifle the outbreak. But finding a vaccine remains the surest path out of the pandemic. The World Health Organization's latest report shows 17 potential vaccines in human trials, 132 in preclinical phases. Here in the U.S., biotech company Moderna is set to begin phase 3 human trials in July with 30,000 volunteers. 65-year-old Norman Hume was one of Moderna's early participants and part of that critical age group hit so hard by COVID-19.
This is cutting edge science, and I'm just one small person, and if I can do my little piece for this, you will hopefully find a way out of the pandemic.
Now, other drug makers pushing forward to be part of the president's Operation Warp Speed for a vaccine. Johnson & Johnson, the largest healthcare company in the world, aiming to start human trials in July.
If this vaccine is safe and effective, then the goal is to have it ready for distribution as quickly as possible.
While the progress so far looks promising, success isn't a guarantee, and a lot is on the line. Experts warn finding a vaccine won't be the only challenge going forward.
The biggest challenge is just the sheer number of vaccines that will be needed. And we still need to know a lot about exactly what type of immune response is needed and how such a vaccine will work in people all over the world.
So what happens next if a vaccine makes it through phase 3 trials? Well, if investigators can prove that it is effective and safe, it is likely the FDA will approve it for use. Robin.
That sounds promising. Eva, thank you. Dr. Jennifer Ashton is going to join us now with more on all this. Good morning, Jen. Always good to see you. And when we heard in Eva's report, and it sounds very promising, these vaccines that are projected for the future, but are you confident that we're making progress for right now, to have it as soon as possible, Jen?
I mean, I think, Robin, there's been incredible work done in a very short period of time. But when you talk about the treatment options, think about it in terms of 3 general categories. Immune therapy, which of course vaccines are under that category. We're talking about things like convalescent plasma, monoclonal antibodies. Then in terms of treatment, antiviral medications, Remdesivir is getting the most attention right now, but there are many others being studied. And then anti-inflammatories, we heard some promising data about the steroid dexamethasone. There are also other drugs that are being used to block that cytokine storm that's seen, generally in the second phase of severe COVID-19. So there is some encouraging progress, yes.
Good to hear that. Remdesivir, you just mentioned that among the other ones, but that's the one that's being talked about the most. The drug company released how much it costs. How does that compare to other treatments, the cost?
Well, let's talk about the cost, Robin, because it is getting a lot of attention. Gilead, the maker of Remdesivir, has said that a course of Remdesivir treatment, which is about 6 vials per patient, will cost about $3,200. In comparison to, let's say, a course of some chemotherapy, could be $16,000. Cost is always an issue. But again, Gilead saying that this drug is priced undervalue, that the pricing of a course of treatment will provide access to any and all patients who need it. And they mentioned yesterday that by the end of 2020, they will have committed $1 billion in terms of development and manufacturing of Remdesivir. So high costs involved for sure.
For sure. Besides drugs, what are doctors learning about how to treat patients with coronavirus?
They're learning a lot. Critical care specialists, pulmonologists, really learning new treatments. One of them, that proning positioning of turning patients over so that they can get better oxygenation in their bloods, delaying intubation as long as possible. And every single day they're learning about this virus.
Yeah, and that's so important because you said at the very beginning there was so much that we didn't know, but we are starting to learn more, and that is being very helpful, isn't it, Jen?
For sure, Robin.
All right, thanks. Have a great day. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.